Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about the map function in Python. So it's basically a inbuilt function which is given with Python, and it's very useful for reducing the size of code basically with functions. So let's see at first what role it plays. Suppose we have a function which does only one thing, which doubles any element given to it. Okay, so it's my function def dub. A is the parameter, and what it returns a star 2, which means the double of a. Now if I try to print what, dub 2 suppose, and if I run it, I get 4, which is the double of the given number 2. Now so if we have only one input here, right? Suppose we have a list of elements, like 5 elements. So now if I try to get a double of each of these elements using this function only, what we need to do? We need to perform a for loop, right? So it makes the code of multiple lines, doesn't look good at all, and it's not that much great, right? So what we do in this case, we use map function. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, I am keeping this function as it is, no changes in this. In the print section, I just write map, and then inside it dub, and what is my output, what is my input, the list A, right? Now if I print this, you see I'm getting a map object. Okay, now let's see one magic. If I write a list, I'm converting this map output into a list actually. Now if I run this, we can see I have all the double of all the elements inside the A list, right? So see, no for loop, nothing, just one line of code, and it's done. So let's understand how these things work, what is map function, what all about it. Okay, so getting started with my boring presentation, map in Python. So see, the map function is a fundamental tool in Python used for functional programming. It allows you to process and transform all the items in an iterable, like as you saw for the list, you can do the same with tuple as well, without writing an explicit loop. We need not write any for loop, while loop, anything other than the map function. Okay, so what is map? The map function applies a specified function to every item of an iterable. As we saw in our A list, it doubled each of the elements present there, 1 to 5, which becomes 2 to 10. Okay, and it returns an iterator known as a map object. Before converting it into a list, we saw that there's a map object, right? So that the thing is written inside that object, the data and the function that needs to be performed on the data is stored at a particular storage location. Okay, what's the basic syntax of a map function? So here you can see, here's a map, and the opening and closing braces. Inside that, the first mandatory parameter is function. It takes a function as a parameter. As you saw in our case, we gave dub to it, the first parameter dub. Okay, now second one is the iterable. Iterable means list or tuple, whatever you say. So you can add one or more than one iterable as well. We did that example with one iterable. We'll see with multiple iterables as well. Okay, now, and one thing, this multiple iterable is optional. As you saw, we did this with one only. Now basic usage. In Python, map returns a lazy iterator. This means it doesn't compute the results immediately. Okay, it generates them one by one as you need them. So it just generates a lazy iterator, right? That's the map object, but it doesn't perform until we tell it to perform. Okay, to see the result immediately, we usually convert it into a list or set. Like in our code we converted the map object into a list, right? Then we got the result. This is the thing it's telling about only. Now an example. We'll see another example, which is squaring numbers in Google Colab. I just need to add one star here. Now if I print this, we can see that from 1 to 5 we have the squares of each of the elements present in list A. Okay, next is using map with lambda function. So this is the thing which is broadly used in Python, and this is a deadly combination of the map and lambda. It makes code very short and good looking, easy to understand. So you see, this is the most common way map is used. Instead of defining a full function using def, the zindagi thing that we did in first, you pass a short anonymous lambda function directly into the map call. Okay, so we'll see one example with doubling numbers. We'll double a number using map and this. So let's see how it works. I am back to my Colab. Okay, I don't need the def, it's gone. Now inside map, at the place of this double, I will just replace it with a lambda function. So lambda x is the input, and what it will return? It will return x star 2. Okay, lambda x star 2, and I am giving a as an iterator. Okay, now if I print this, you see I have the double of each of the element here in A. Okay, using lambda function. So in now we doesn't even we don't even need the def also. It's just a one line game. We're back again. Now the next thing, which is working with multiple iterables. So these things that we saw there, that we can add more than one iterable, right, which is totally optional as per your use case. Okay, so if your function requires multiple arguments, you can pass multiple iterables to map. The function will receive one item from each iterable in parallel. Okay, so please note this thing, that map stops processing when the shortest iterable is exhausted. What this actually mean, let's see in Colab. Suppose we have two lists, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 7 8 9 and 10. Now if I try to do an operation which involves both the list, suppose we are trying to get b minus a. Okay, so how we'll do that? We just write here y, two inputs x and y in the lambda function, and output y minus x, right? And in the second parameter we have a, which is the first iterator, and the third parameter we have b. Okay, now if I run this, you can see we have all the elements b minus a, b minus a, b minus a, and we are getting all 5 5 5 5 5. Okay, so that's how we work with multiple iterators. Let's move to the next section, which is using built-in functions. So there is various useful inbuilt functions present there, which we can use with map function to get very optimum results. Let's see. I don't need b anymore. Okay, so suppose we have a, right, and we are trying to get the first one, which is converting strings to integers, or integers to string. We will do integers to strings, vice versa. Okay, so we have here 5 integers, right? I am trying to convert it into a string. What will you do? I'll just write str comma a, that's all. Now if I run this, we have the same list, but the elements are changed into string now. Okay, now if I try to copy this from here and paste here, and if I do int, you can see now our list is converted from string to integer, right? Done. Now second one is calculating the length of words. Okay, we can do various things. I am just showing some example only, like codeayan, our beautiful channel name. Second one is suppose Bangalore and India. Now if I try to get on the length of each of the character, how will you do that? We just write here len, and the second parameter is a, Now if I run this, we get 895. You can see CODEAYAN, which is 8 characters. Same Bangalore 9 and India 5. So that's how we do this using this pro way, using the map and len. Okay, yeah, that's all basic things. Now I have some homeworks. You can take a screenshot of this and you can practice this in your home, and you just if you want to get these things checked, you can comment it in my comment section. I will go through all your inputs. Okay, yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for patiently watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I will get back with similar videos. Okay, and also I will upload this PPT to GitHub repo, and I will attach the link in the description as well. You can check it out. Okay, yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for watching. Bye, have a great day.